Hi everybody, and thank you for watching. So here is my empties video for the month of March. So I know it's pretty late uploading this video. I'm still recovering from my procedure, so I haven't had the energy to really do much. I have been going to CVS like once a week, kind of doing like one haul, and then that's about it. I do sometimes go to the grocery store, so I have been going to Albertsons maybe once, but it's usually with my husband, so I don't exactly go there to coupon and show you some of the hauls. We've just been doing a lot of very minimum stuff over the last almost 3 weeks now. So we've been eating out of our fridge and freezer, which is really good. We've been getting a lot of takeout because I can't cook right now, and my husband just doesn't have the energy. Sometimes it works out to be a lot cheaper getting takeout. So Buca di Beppo is kind of like an Italian restaurant here. You can get like a big tray that it's usually like $56, but sometimes they'll email you coupons. So I can get a large tray that would be enough for like 6 meals, and I can get it down to about $30, which is actually pretty cheap for to getting that kind of good value pasta. So that's what we've been doing, and so it's been very difficult for me to find the energy to go to the store and coupon. But I do have these empties here, and it kind of got a little bit out of control. I have the energy now, so I've been starting to kind of clean a little bit in my house, and this was just everywhere. So I really wanted to just do this empties video, show you all the items, and that way I can put this in a bag and throw it in the trash already, because yeah, it's been in my home for almost 6 weeks now. So starting from the 1st of March, and it's almost the 2nd week of April. So I just wanted to basically get this out of my house. So if you haven't watched these videos before, this is my empties video. So all these items here my family has used and consumed within the month. So this is all within the month of March and probably like the 1st week of April. And I like to do these videos to give you the honest review of these products that I have used. So as a couponer, it is a blessing that we're able to try different products. So a lot of time when new products come out, there's coupons and sales, and we can get them for relatively cheap or free. And so a lot of the times I like to try different items, and I do have my favorites, but I like to try different items to see whether it's something that I would potentially want to buy again. And that's why I do have these videos for you. So I will give you my honest review of these products, whether we'll purchase them again. 99% of these items I did pick up with coupons. So if you've seen my videos, you probably have seen a lot of these items in those hauls. And so yeah, let's go over all these items one by one and give you the honest review and whether I'll buy them again. Okay, up here already we do have a bunch of laundry products. Tide is my preferred, but I did have a Persil that was lingering in my stockpile. I don't usually use Persil, but I wanted to start cleaning out and getting rid of some of the old detergent that's been sitting there. I also have some very old Arm & Hammer that I'm not a fan of. I'm not sure whether I'll just sell them or try and use them up. And so that's what I've been doing. So you do see a Persil over there, but let's start from here. So I do have an Arm & Hammer Odor Blaster. It's like a bead. Not the best. Honestly, Unstoppables and Gain are better, but can't say no when I get those for relatively free. So I did pick up this one, and I did use that. My daughter, so my oldest stepdaughter, really likes Gain. That's her favorite scent. So she went through one of the beads and the detergent. I went through an Unstoppable and then a softener, and then I also went through a Persil. And I also have this Downy Rinse and Refresh, which is kind of like an alternative to the softener. So I did see that in the back of my laundry. It was almost like half full, so I was able to finish that off within the month. So all of these items I will still buy them again. Persil, we always get them for relatively cheap. I usually resell them, but this one here was sitting in my stockpile for a long time, so I thought, let me just use it up, and that way I can tell whether it's something I like. And honestly, I don't mind Persil, even though Tide is my favorite. I don't mind it. It does have a really good scent, and it does stay on the clothes, so I would buy this again and potentially use it, but it's not like my first go. So like I said, if I see a Tide and Persil, I would always pick Tide number one. Persil, it's there, I would use it. Okay, I do have a bunch of these disinfectant wipes. So we have quite a few Lysol, and we do have a Walgreens. It doesn't matter what brand they are. I use them everywhere. I use it when I wipe down these counters, the table. We use it also in the car. So I usually have one in every car. That way, whenever we're going to the store, my husband uses those to wipe down the shopping carts. So we're still using quite a lot of disinfectant wipes. I do need to find a good deal on those because I am running pretty low. So we went through 4 of those over the last, I would say 5 weeks. Okay, over here we do have some body wash. So we have some soft soap, some Olay and Irish Spring. Olay is my favorite. After that is a Dove, and then soft soap. So my daughter went through one of these. She actually likes these exfoliating scrubs. I went through the Olay ones. This blue one here, it does stain a little bit on the loofers. It's really thick. I'm not necessarily a big fan of it, but it does smell good. But just letting you know, it's probably a lot thicker than most of the usual Olay. Went through an Irish Spring. We go through these almost every single month. We do have some hand soaps here. We do have a Dove. This is a foam one, so my daughter really likes the foam ones. I have that in my upstairs bathroom. It takes a while for us to go through those. And then we also have the soft soap disinfectant one as well that I usually keep in the kitchen. I went through a Bath and Body Works. This is a 3-wick candle. So I usually have one of those in my kitchen. This is the crunchy English toffee. Amazing scent. I think this is one of their Christmas ones. I think I'm down to like the last 2 candles, so I do need to find a good deal on Bath and Body Works candles and just invest in picking up some of those. Okay, so these 3 items here, they are trial size little items. So I wanted to go through some of my items in my stockpile that have been sitting there for a while. I usually use Olay on my face, but I wanted to try some different trial size items because they've just been sitting there and I just don't want them to go to waste. So the first item I have here, it's this Olay Tone Perfecting Cream. It comes on pretty thick and I actually really like it, honestly. If I could find a deal on the normal size bottle, I'll definitely pick it up. I also have this Olay Sensitive. This one comes on a little bit more liquidy. So that one's a lot thicker. This one comes on a little bit more liquidy. I think I got that from, I think it was on clearance at Walgreens. I've been using it whenever I travel. It's a small little nice travel size item. I don't mind it, but like I said, it's a bit more liquidy. It's not as thick as the kind of moisturizer that I do like. And this one here, this Pro Collagen Marine Cream Anti-Wrinkle, I used that for a little bit. This one took me about a week to go through. It's so small, but honestly, you only put a little bit on your face and it lasted me about 5 days on each of those. So I was really happy to utilize them. And then this one took me quite a while as well. Now I'm finally, I think there's a few more of those little trial size different ones that I'm using right now, and then I'm gonna start going back to my Olay. But I'll definitely pick up this Olay again. I'll go back to my L'Oreal that I usually use. But yeah, I'll definitely buy this Olay again if I can find it. These ones, so if I can get them for really cheap, of course. I'm not gonna say no to relatively cheap or free stuff. But yeah, I did go through a few of these little trial size little moisturizers on my face. We do have some dish soap here, so we have some Palmolive and some Dawn. Not fussy when it comes to these. We'll definitely buy all of those again. My husband has his papaya soap. I think we're down to our last 5, so we'll see how long it lasts him. My uncle, well, his uncle did come back from the Philippines and picked up some for us as well, but they are a different brand. I guess they don't make these kind anymore, so we'll see if he likes the new ones. My daughter went through a vitamins. I haven't been taking my vitamins ever since 2 weeks before my procedure, so that's why you don't see any vitamins here. So it's been about almost 6 weeks that I haven't taken any vitamins whatsoever. They just did not want me to take them, so I can potentially start taking my vitamins again I think next week. Well, I go to the doctor's next week, so we'll just see what they say. But yeah, my daughter did go through her little gummies. I do have to find another one for her. Okay, we have a bunch of shampoo and conditioner. So these are more of my stepdaughter's ones that she went through. So she really likes these OGX. So she went through these two conditioners here. She went through this coconut shampoo. And then my daughter went through the Love Beauty Planet. So she loves this one. This is my 10-year-old. My stepdaughter, she just grabs whatever she likes, but this one is her absolute favorite, so I do need to pick up quite a lot of those in the future. We do have some lotion here, so we only have 2 of them. I don't know where the rest of them went, but my husband went through one of these Gold Bond diabetic ones. This one is very thick and it actually goes on your skin very smoothly. Would probably buy this one again, but I haven't seen these on sale for quite a while. And he also went through his Bath and Body Works lotion. I get these on couponing as well. Usually I can get them for either free. The cheapest I would pay is about $4 for them. They're normally about $16. We do have some mouthwash as well. Not fussy when it comes to those. Definitely buy all of those again. And then down here we have quite a lot of toothpaste. I don't know why we have so many, but we have some of these Colgate that I usually go through. We also have an Optic White. Not necessarily a fan of it, but did finish it off. My daughter went through her little toothpaste, and then I wanted to try out these Toms. It's been in my stockpile for a while. At first, I think the first couple of days I wasn't a fan of it. It didn't give you much of a taste. It does come out white, so it is one of those pasty ones. I don't know, it just didn't work for me for the first couple of days, but then after a while I got used to it. And is it something that I would buy again? Probably not, honestly. I do want to stick to my Colgate. You don't see any Crest here, but that's something that I might start looking at, trying different toothpaste, even though I do have my favorite, which is the Colgate Total, the green fresh mint one there. And so yeah, that's basically it. Those are my empties. So that's my empties for the month of March. The only thing that I will probably won't buy again is more than likely the Toms. Everything else I will definitely buy again, especially when it comes to couponing. When we get stuff for relatively free or cheap, I can't say no. But yeah, these are all the items that my family did use and consume within the month of March. I'm going to try and get back on track and try and go couponing, hopefully starting next month, so the month of May. I can try and get back into the swing of couponing again, but I will be having another procedure in June, so I'll be out again for quite a while. So we'll just see how it all goes. So I've been going through a few health, not necessarily, I'm going to say this, I'm not sick in a sense, but I am doing a lot of preventative procedures so that I am protecting myself for anything that could happen to me in the future. And because of that, I am taking quite a lot of time off work, and with the recovery, it's something where I'm kind of not necessarily bedridden, but I can't exactly do quite a lot of stuff. But now that it's been about 3 weeks, I am a little bit more mobile. I still have to take it easy, but I did wanted to bring this video out to you today purely because I am in a cleaning mode and I wanted to do the video and clean this part of my home and get this in the trash as soon as possible. And so yeah, that's basically it. So if you have any questions or comments, do leave them down below and I'll respond. But this is my empties video for the month of March, and thank you for watching.